This is Nick. I'm here. This is Midnight Sages. I'm here with Wade
What's up, guys? This is Wade.
and Ruben.
Hey, how's it going? It's Ruben.
Today's topic is going to be about toxic. What is toxic to you guys?
Toxic to me is being venomous and poisonous.
Wade, what would you say?
I agree. I mean, it's just, I don't know, toxic, bro.
Here's one definition of toxic: a very harmful, unpleasant, and persuasive, and insidious in like an insidious way. I would say, the the biggest thing that goes hand in hand with toxicity would be gaslighting. And
Okay, hold on. Before we go any further, nobody has given me a good definition of gaslighting. What is gaslighting?
okay,
I mean, I know I'm out of the loop. I've been single for a while. I'm older. I'm not in this gen
You're wiser.
whatever. What is that?
okay, it's manipulating someone using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or power or reasoning.
Okay.
So
Now that we
pretty
got
much
that.
like questioning
Yeah,
making
Like
you question yourself.
being manipulative then.
right, being manipulative. And
Okay.
yeah, that I would say that would be what my most toxic trait is, because here's an example. Because like it could be something simple, like I'm with my kids and I want to eat either McDonald's or Burger King. And I could be like, those are my favorite two ones that I rather it would be those two out of anything. I'm like, and I'll be like this to my kids: hey kids, what do you guys want to eat? It's, you guys pick. This is what we're gonna pick from: either McDonald's or Burger King. Let them think that they have the opportunity to choose, but whether it's my decision, I know they're gonna want Sonic, but I don't want Sonic because Sonic, it's tastes, doesn't
So,
taste that.
so you're giving them your options
My
of what
options,
they-
and that's psychological, because I know they're gonna want Sonic, and I know they're gonna want either Taco Bell, I know they're gonna want Mexican food or whatever, But those are my two favorites, so either way, it's a win-win for me.
yeah.
Nerdy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
okay.
yeah, I could see that too. Like now, I understand. Like, dude, my ex used to do a lot. 'Cause it would be like, what do you want to eat, or where do you want to go? And she would be like, oh, I don't want that. It's like, well, what do you want? I don't know. It's like, what about Chick-fil-A? Yeah, I'll take Chick-fil-A. But like, okay, Chick-fil-A it's gonna be it. And later on, it comes out like, oh, Chick-fil-A is my favorite. Like, you should have just came out and said that.
And that's where what Nick was saying, that helps out in like relationships, because you give them options
And makes them think.
and makes them think instead of leaving it open, because we all know if we have multiple options, it's hard for us to choose one, because then we feel like we're losing out on something else.
Right, and the biggest thing of gaslighting, it's twisting their sense of reasoning too, as well. And here's some things that a gaslighter would say. That never happened. Like you're telling them that never happened. Like, you're crazy. Another one is telling them you're crazy. Others even think so. You bring other people involved. Like, others think that you're crazy too. Or other people think like you're a clean freak. Other people think you're lazy. Oh, and then another one is, or I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you feel that way towards me, but that's your thing. That's your problem. It's not mine. You're the reason why you feel that way. And another thing is, you're making no sense. Like, that doesn't make sense. Whatever you're saying, like, you're not making sense. That's what they would say. That's what they would say. Or I would never hurt you intentionally. I would never do that to you.
Well, they're pretty much just letting you know ahead of time, like, I'm gonna hurt you.
Right. And it was, I only did that because I love you. Like, I don't know what case that would come into when someone's saying, I only do that because I love you. Like I slapped you only because I love you, hate you, and I want.
Yeah.
But you know, I only I slapped you because I love you. You know, and you have some kind of ill will intent towards that person. You just want a reason to say that. You know what I mean? Or even an abusive situation, you would say that. Or here's the one.
Okay, hold
No,
on.
okay, this is what I'm gonna lose
Hold
my.
on.
Let him go, man. Just let him go.
Okay, wait. So
This is getting good.
is toxicity abuse?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Of
okay.
course.
No, because you're just equating, oh, well, I didn't want to hit you, but it happened. I'm sorry. I would never touch you. Now, how would I don't know. I'm not that type to put hands on a woman, but how would you equate that into like a relationship? Oh well, what I guess what I'm trying to say is what would get you to that point where well, I put hands on you and I'd never do that. You're the reason I did that. What,
I would say like you're not really hitting them, but if you restrain them, you know.
but okay, so are you restraining them because they're hitting you though?
Right.
Yeah.
Or you're restraining them because you don't want them to leave? Which one's toxic? And who's being toxic? If she's hitting you, I think she would be the one being toxic, right?
Right.
And you're restraining her. So I wouldn't count that as you being toxic. You're just, hey, I don't want to be hit, and you're not letting me leave. I'm just going to restrain you until you calm down. Or are you restraining her because you don't want her to leave?
Well, obviously that one's going to be toxic if you're restraining her.
Exactly. So
the other one is self-defense,
Yeah.
You don't want to get hit. And
Okay.
here's another one that's saying, and we hear this all the time, and I was always accused of this, which I am, but you're too sensitive. Someone tells you that you're too sensitive, but that's their little thing to tell you to treat you,
I don't think you're sensitive. I think you're passionate.
I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive and passionate.
Yeah. I mean, I could see the wheels in your head turning. I could see when you're very what is it, emotion, when you wear your emotions on your sleeve. I guess that's
Emotional.
Yeah.
And there's another one. You should have known I was going to react like that. That's another one. It's just so much, that not a gaslighter would do. I'm not saying, and well, it would be, they do go hand in hand with toxic. That's what toxic people would do, is gaslighting.
Okay.
So how do you guys think gaslighting starts though? Is it just you?
I think everybody.
But how do you get it though? Then, like, how do you become?
I think it's just like embedded in everybody, like not too extreme, but I believe it becomes extreme, especially if you're a narcissist,
What? You both looking at me like okay. So with me, I mean, you guys say everybody, but I think with me, I'm the exception to a lot of rules. I like to call myself nobody, because when people say, oh, well, nobody's like this, nobody's like that, well, that's how I am.
You're toxic.
I'm not toxic. I don't believe I am, because when it comes down to things, like most of the time, I don't care. Like you were saying about the kids going out, taking your kids out to eat. Me, like, whatever you want, I don't care. Just make the decision. I hate having to make the decisions all the time. So if we're hungry, well, what do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? Well, make a decision, because I'm deciding on the bigger things in life, that I'm delegating it to you to choose what you want to eat, choose what you want to do. Because when it comes to everything else, I'm the one who always has the bigger picture in mind. Like in a relationship, I'm always thinking bills, thinking, like protection, just providing for the family. That's always on my mind. So when it comes to the little trivial things, I don't really care, as long as we get fed. You know what I mean?
So you don't care to go to Sonic?
It doesn't matter if it's Sonic, Taco Bell, Subway, whatever you guys want, let's do.
No,
was just
we're
using
going
that-
to McDonald's because Nick wants McDonald's.
No, I was using that as an example.
No, I understand,
No,
but I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, my personality is whatever is for the greater good. I don't know. how else to be. So I don't think I have any of those toxic traits because I just go with the flow. When it comes down to a decision, when it comes down to something big, I'll be there. But for everything else, just let me be. You guys decide what's going on.
I can see that.
Yeah, I could relate also to that.
Yeah, because you guys both kind of have similar personalities. You guys are just calm, cool, mellow, and so like I could see you guys just being a little bit passive when it comes to minor stuff like that, and not,
But I mean, with that too,
that could be toxic too, though. Staying quiet and not having you guys are toxic.
okay. So
you guys are crazy.
So you're gaslighting me right now, then, huh?
Exactly right.
Is that what it
Doing
is?
that.
Right.
So I don't know how to put this. With me, if I want to say something, I'm going to say it. But I always take in account my audience, who I'm around. Can you handle what I'm going to tell you? I don't think you can, so I'm not going to tell you.
Ooh, that right there is a good one.
So it's all on me, or maybe, you guys know me, I'm real sarcastic. So maybe I start throwing stuff out, a little sarcasm, seeing how you're going to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going to gauge? I'm gauging you, I'm testing you. How much can I get out of you? How much can I plant that seed? Because we all know that you plant the seeds in somebody's brain to grow it, to, maybe that's my toxic trait. Maybe I start throwing the little seeds in there, see what I can, what starts growing, seeing if you start picking things up before I have to tell you, because pretty soon you're, I guess I'm training you, I guess. I don't know what the word would be. I can't think of it right now. To be on my level, to be what I want you to be, just by throwing the little things out to you. I guess I am toxic.
I mean, everybody does have a little bit of toxicity, I think, in them. I mean, like you're saying, you're not training someone. I think you're more of like grooming someone.
And grooming is a form of manipulation. It is.
I could see that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Wade? What's your toxic trait then? Since I've just come to this epiphany.
well, no, like, but part of that definition is you have them questioning their sanity or powers of reasoning. You planting someone, you're persuading, you're planting seeds. So what were you gonna say, Wade?
No, I was just gonna say to Ruben's question, like I don't know. We have to take it online, I guess, or either call up or text an ex or something to ask, like, hey, what's my toxic trait?
I think.
Okay. Hold on.
Conversation.
1 second. I'm gonna put it out there. If any of my exes are listening, text me what my toxic trait is.
Same.
I'm toxic all over, so I know. Okay, no one has to tell me anything.
Nobody has to tell you, or you don't think you could take it?
Oh, I could take it. I heard it many times before, but it is what it is. I am who I am, and that's why I shouldn't be out there dating. Because have I healed?
Right? Talked about healing earlier.
Yeah. Earlier episode, healing.
No, I just think it's just a characteristic. I don't know. Who knows? But damn, I lost my question. I was going to tell you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I'm going to put the blame on Wade. Like, I'm going to point out his toxic traits, and you could tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I tell you I'm part psychic, but I could smell people my way. Okay. When you're in a situation, okay, or you're dating somebody, I don't know if you are or not, it's not my business, but if you're dating somebody and something lights up in your head and something doesn't make sense to you, like, I see you more like as like an investigator, like you want to know what's going on. So you start questioning, and then doubting sets in. And then, like, I don't know, I can't think of a scenario, but say like if someone's saying that they're going to do something and they didn't do it, and you're like, I would think you'd be like, well, where were you at? What were you doing? Almost like, would that be a form of toxic? Like questioning, and then having like question, you know what I mean? But the intent of questioning them will be, but it's not just wanting to know, like surfacey, like what are you doing, but you really asking, what the heck are you doing? You know what I mean? So
Yeah, like you're right. Like, yeah, I guess that that's what it is for me, I guess, because I just want to know the facts, like, or know like what's going on.
yeah, because you're kind of a straight up type of person. Like, I want to know
Yeah.
what's going on.
And if it's something, I just want a yes or no, not no maybe or I don't know. Those two kind of those two words kind of
Mhm.
mess with me.
Yeah. So you wouldn't just be asking, what are you doing? It's more like, what the heck are you doing? Or what did you do this whole week or weekend? You'd be asking, what did you really do this weekend? You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I don't know. I guess I just want the honesty of it. Like if you're being, I guess you do. I mean, I'm looking for just a straight up answer,
Mhm.
not no beating around the bush. Like, oh, I got this is what happened, and like,
I
and
wouldn't-
the stories don't add up. Then
And if the stories don't add up, then that leads you to more questions, and then for you become hounding, and then that can come across as toxic, or it just depends on the situation, I guess.
yeah,
Of what really, what
But
really
is that trust, or is that being possessive?
I think if you have trust issues and being possessive, that's toxic trait all in itself. Because that's your, I'm going to sound toxic, but that's that person's issue if they have trust issues. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or if someone's being possessive, then why are you being possessive? Because that person has trust issues, or there's a reason why that person's being possessive.
is that all a part of healing too, though?
Ooh, yes, it all goes
Like
together.
you gotta heal that trust issues or being possessive. Is that
I don't think that would be someone fully healed, huh? Because I don't know. You know what? They could be healed, but that could be that someone could be mature and see things and know things. And just because you know things and experience does not mean you're not healed. Like, you're going to know what to look for. Like, you're going to be healed and over it, but you're going to be experienced and know what to look for. You see what I'm saying? Or am I talking out of my...
No. I mean, I understand. So, how do you deal with a toxic person then?
do you just put up with it, or
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, or do you just
I think
walk
you can
away? Do you end it? Do you like just kind of
No,
sweep it under?
I think being toxic, you could be worked on. Like, it can come from like 200 to like 50% or to 25%. Like it could be max.
Okay. So we've established that you're toxic, right? Do you think somebody could work on you to bring you down to not being toxic?
Yes, definitely.
Do you
I
think
had
you
someone
can?
in my life to
Do you think you can
brought
be?
me down a lot of notches.
Do you think now you'd be with a person who would bring you down to not being toxic?
As a friend, yeah, but not as a relationship.
Okay. You think you'd be good close friends with that person?
I am close friends with that person.
Okay. You don't think you'd be clashing with each other?
Oh, we clash and fight and all the time, but
you understand each other.
But we understand each other for sure.
Okay.
I guess it does come down to just understanding that person too.
And the thing is, though, it's like it's open though, because we both know that I'm toxic.
Because everybody's gonna clash. Everybody's gonna clash though.
Yeah, but,
everything. I mean, everybody has their own points of view.
So, are they really bringing you down from the toxicity, or are you just?
Wait, are they bringing me down from my toxicity?
Yeah. So if we look at it at a scale, your toxic level is at 50. We'll say, I don't know. We're just throwing a number out there. Does this person bring you down to like a 25, 30? Like, what are you talking about on that scale that this person brings you down, your toxicity level?
I think in a way because that person knows I'm toxic, and um and it just calls me,
Okay, so what I'm trying to get at here is it making you less toxic to have this person in your life,
much so.
or
Yeah,
is it
for
just
sure.
is it just masking it?
No, you're right. It does because I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago. Like I'm not. Like it does help, and it does. And I do realize there's a lot of stuff I didn't realize, and I was in denial. So I would say I came down like a lot just on my own and in my own personal, life and everyday dealings. But yeah, I'm aware of it. And it's not just, and it's not, I don't know why. It's just like there's a lot of guards. It's not just manipulating people or manipulating ideas and thoughts, but it's guards. Like I question everything. And I'm very protective, where it comes across a little bit too toxic. Like I'm not saying I'm an evil person. Like when I love hard, and when I hate hard. You know what I mean? And
To me, hate is kind of hard, like hard word.
Well,
it is a hard word.
I usually say dislike.
Dislike.
but you know what? I mean, I'm going to agree with Nick here because we have a list of people that we can't talk to. I can't talk to because he doesn't talk to. He said, "Oh, well, we don't talk to that person. Oh, you can't say anything to that person anymore."
That's toxic.
Yeah. now that you hear it out loud.
No, but here's the thing. Like, it's like if you talk to somebody, it's fine. Just don't expect me to talk to them or be around you if you're talking to them. Like it sucks. But it is what it is. But like I said, when I love hard. When I dislike hard. I could say hate, because when I hate, I hate.
I've seen it in your eyes. I see you hate people.
Yeah, but that is but yeah.
So you guys experience want to share any past relationship that you had to deal with someone like that was toxic?
I don't think I dealt with everybody has a little bit of toxicity in them, but I think mine magnified just being in relationships and seeing because you have to play investigator, and then when you play investigator, that brings out a different side of somebody.
So at the beginning of a relationship, do you guys look for that in that person right away, or do you guys just you're just so blind, and then later on you see?
You never want to go into anything blind. Like you always want to. There's red flags. Red flags come up here and there. Like the thing is, do you ignore the red flags? Like there's some things that you just can be like, okay, yeah, that's someone's downfall.
Yeah, but
like saying like if a girl, she's going on a date and the guy doesn't open up the door for her, she can be like, oh my God, he's not a gentleman. He didn't open the door for me. A red flag.
Yeah, but that's not really a red flag. That's kind of more of like the women on how they were raised, if they see chivalry, because I think modern women now kind of kill the chivalry.
Oh, it's I'm a boss. I'm a boss.
Yeah.
So
I can do this myself. I mean, not modern women. I meant like feminists.
Yeah,
Kill chivalry.
I've
Just
known
my
a few women who, oh, don't open the door for me. I'll open it for you. It's like, no,
I'm paying for my dinner.
I'm a man, and whether you like it or not.
Ooh, we get on a whole different subject, girls.
Yeah. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna open the door for you. Then that's just the type I am. I don't.
And do you think that mentality is toxic?
What?
I could do it myself.
And a woman?
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. If a woman thinks that she's going to be equal to me as a man, that's toxic.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Because women have their place.
Well, I didn't go that. I'm not going that far, but yes.
No. A man has his place and a woman has his place for sure.
Yeah. I guess that comes with the feminine and masculine roles that we play.
I mean, you always hear of toxic masculinity, like, or I've been seeing that a lot.
You know, with YouTube. I mean, I don't do TikTok, but I do watch the shorts on YouTube. Technically, TikTok, I guess. You see that phrase a lot: toxic masculinity, toxic masculinity, toxic masculinity,
But you don't see toxic femininity.
femininity. You don't. Now, whenever I watch videos on that, the toxic masculinity is what a man should be doing, opening the door. He should be picking up the check on dinner or a date. The women don't like it because they don't want to be dominated. You know, I see it as a form of dominance. You know, I'm going to be the provider. I'm going to be the alpha of this relationship. So I'm going to take care of this stuff. And the modern woman might think, oh, well, I'm equal. I'm going to pay my own way. I can do this. I can do that. So he's toxic because he's taking that away from me. He's taking my right to pay for the bill away. That's how I see it.
So what would you guys prefer? Or a not toxic, but I'm all caught up in this toxic stuff now. But the women you're looking for, would you look for a modern woman or a traditional woman?
Traditional 100%.
Neither.
I would have to say traditional too. Like, I mean, if a woman is gonna be able to submit herself, then yeah, like it goes back. Like you go back into like scripture where it says like wives submit to your husband. I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand that part.
Yeah, because it goes further down. It says, like, as the husbands submit themselves to Christ, you know.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
then
kinda
for the
like-
husbands, it goes, the husbands love your wives. And I think
Mhm.
it goes down to, like, for us, love is a little softer than it sounds. Like, it's hard for us to love because we think it's feminine to love instead of masculine. And I think that's in all male and females. That's why it was written out there. That's just my thing. So Nick, since you said you were toxic, you think you can love?
I would like to think so, but it would have to take some work on my part to love again, because I have barriers and boundaries and stuff like that. Like it wouldn't come natural if I was young or in my early 20s or teenagers, you know, or being a teenager. Um like when you're young, you know, you could understand that expression, falling in love. Like again, I believe like you don't fall in love. Maybe when you're younger, it was easier to fall in love, but like when you're older and experienced, you know, you don't just fall in love.
But when you were younger, was it really love?
I would say it was really love.
Or is it puppy love?
It could be both.
So what would you define as love then? I mean, obviously you love your daughters, you love your mom, your sisters, your brother. What would you define as love then? If you don't think you can love in a relationship, what is your definition of love in a relationship?
It's not what people think, you know, what love, you get that feeling in your obsession. It's not the obsession love. I don't think love is that. Love would be more of a commitment and wanting to work at it and wanting and to accepting the ups and downs and just being committed. That's what love is. Now, if we're talking about puppy love, where you're infatuated and obsessed, then that's what people know as love is. But love is more of a commitment. I say we shouldn't be throwing love. We should be like, I'm committed, you know, because that love, that feeling that everybody gets when they're in love, the whole butterflies and can't eat, can't sleep over the shooting stars type of thing. like like that. That's that's obsession, infatuation. Um True love is trying.
So with the the saying, do you guys agree? Love is patient, love is kind.
Ooh, bringing out the Bible verse, huh? I think that is true. I think love is patient. It is kind.
It does not envy. It doesn't boast.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
But then again, too, that's how we see it because we have a little bit of scripture knowledge and under our belt and stuff. But like the world think love is just that feeling, and that feeling goes away.
Yeah,
it's going to take time, and that feeling will go away. And that's not what we based our decisions and our emotions in life.
So love is not a feeling.
I would say no, it's more of a choice. As I said,
you think it's an action also?
Well, yeah, it will manifest itself into actions.
I mean, we're talking about scripture and stuff. I'm just saying, like another one. It comes out is what comes out to me is like the sacrifices we make.
Oh yeah, love is. You can't have love. You can't have love without sacrifices. You can't. But my toxic ass. I don't want to sacrifice nothing.
Now, being toxic, you said that. Well, how do I put this? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds to formulate my question. If you're being toxic, is it really love?
Well, like I said, everybody has some sort of toxicity in them. Like you could still love and fall in love.
Well, you say, "Oh, I don't believe in people falling in love."
I don't believe that.
And yet, I always hear you singing, "Selena, I can fall in love." So,
and that's a choice. You can fall in love. You can fall into a commitment. Call it love. Call it what you want.
So, to you, is love an emotion to you then?
Well, of course, you're not going to be with somebody if you're not going to have some kind of attraction to them or some kind of feelings towards them. So it would start off as that puppy love.
Right.
But then after that feeling wears off, it's all commitment from there.
So if you had to rate yourself in a toxicity level, where would you put yourself?
10 being the highest?
Yeah.
I would say a 5.
Okay. No. You know what? But that's average then. You're not toxic. If that's average, you think about it. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, an average person would be a 5.
Well, damn, then I'm probably a 9 then.
I don't know. I would have to ask one of my exes, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, I put it out there earlier, what's my toxic trait? I mean, okay, you say you're psychic, you could read people. What would you say my toxic trait is? Even though I already put it out there that I kind of throw those seeds.
It wouldn't take my psychic abilities to figure that out. Your toxic trait is being sarcastic, and by doing that, you're making people question and wondering. Like I'm never gonna let this down because when I me and you first had our run-ins, I was like, you were sitting there being standoffish, which I know now that's how you weren't purposely doing that, but to me you were coming across that's me being sensitive. You were being guarded, you were being quiet, and I would ask you questions, you'd give me like yes, no, and very short answers. And then so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get this guy to like me. So I was like, hey, it's been a pleasure working with you. And then you told me the pleasure's all yours. And then, and then I was like thinking, this mother. And then, when you said that, I was like, okay, why does this guy not like me? Like, he's been short with me. Like, you're already been short. You're already giving me yes and no answers, like, and I tried forming questions where you would have to answer a little bit in detail, open-ended questions. And then then when you said the pleasure's all yours, I was like, okay, what's wrong? What did I do? Did I not give him the football when we were younger, or did I not pick him? And then so you're being sarcastic, So you had me wondering, you had me questioning, and you're sarcastic a lot, but you're that way with people that you're comfortable with and that that you love. So that could be a form of toxicity for sure.
Okay. I mean,
and you're sarcastic too.
Oh, I 100%. That's I live and I breathe sarcasm. We know that,
right?
But shout out to you for holding a grudge for 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Hey, I'm healing.
Something that just came and went in passing and is still holding on to it.
And that's another thing. That's a toxic thing on me too. Like, I hold grudges to like no end. Like, if you left an impression in my little heart, in my corazón.
I know that firsthand. I mean, 10 years later, we're practically like brothers, and you're still holding on to it. You still hold that over my head. That's your go-to story when introducing somebody.
That's funny.
It's like, oh yeah, this guy right here. Well, when we first met, let me tell you the story. Mm-hmm. That's how you are.
And just in Wade's personality, like, he's very like boundaried up from the floor up. You have to gain his trust. You have to like bend over backwards.
I want to say bend over backwards, but
forward, whichever one you prefer.
No, it's just.
And I tried all of those.
It's just reading you guys, just reading people. I guess make sure I do trust you. I mean, I'm not gonna open up so quick.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. People open up to me quick. I don't know what it is about my personality, but even in passing, like not barely knowing people, they start opening up to me. That's why I kind of wish I would have went into like psychology or something like that, therapy, to be a therapist for people to vent to.
I wish so too. I could have had a free session. Any more questions, comments, concerns? Anybody?
No, I mean, I don't have anything.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
I know you pointed out my toxicity.
Because you're an investigator, and when you have to investigate,
mm-hmm.
You already know it.
I guess I'm toxically sarcastic.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody has, and I'm not saying it to make me feel better.
I think that's another toxic trait. Right
It would be toxic. It would. It's putting down other people so you could feel better about yourself. That's another toxic trait, But I don't have. I don't know. I'm not gonna be boasting about myself. But anyways,
we're all toxic. But I mean, I still love you guys. Even you, Nick.
Yeah. Well, I guess that will conclude our episode on toxic. Stay tuned with us next time. We're gonna have a very exciting special treat for you guys.
And that concludes this episode of the Midnight Sages podcast. I hope you enjoyed that midnight ride. This is Ruben.
This is Wade.
This is Nick.
And until next time, be safe out there.